everyone, it's Heidi Fang here with Adam Hill, and we're at the Raiders headquarters where the first round of the NFL draft has wrapped up for the day. The Raiders selecting a running back out of Boise State who some people at Allegiant Stadium that's been to UNLV games are a little bit familiar with, Ashton Jeanty. Adam, what do you make of this pick?
Look, a great player, maybe even a better person. His highlight reel is phenomenal, but everything you hear about the kid, and obviously we've covered him a little bit, covering the Mountain West Conference, where he was at Boise State winning titles against UNLV the last couple of years. He's phenomenal. I think my take, and a lot of analytics people out there that follow this stuff very closely, look at it as an economic factor and say, you don't take running backs this high in the draft. Highest running back taken since Saquon Barkley in 2018. And you just don't do this anymore. You take a running back when you have everything else in place, when it's the final piece of the puzzle. That's not really the case for the Raiders. But in the end, he's going to be a great player. He's going to be productive. Is it the right move to make when you have so many holes in the roster? Probably not, is what most people would say. But he's going to be a good player. So I think it's tough for people to separate. What do you mean? He has great numbers. Why is it not a great pick? It's the economics of things. But look, in the end, you get a great player. I think that's a good thing for the Raiders. It's something they need. They need to build with a lot of those guys. They need a lot of really good players, and he's the start. He's a very safe pick, even if the analytics crowd would say maybe not.
Well, the crowd that we had during the press conference, John Spytek and Pete Carroll, they were singing his praises, obviously, and also speaking about how the draft board kind of shook out during the NFL draft first round, because Spytek seemed to think there weren't many surprises. What does that lead you to believe that they may do in the coming round when they have pick number 37 tomorrow?
Yeah, as we said, they've got a lot of holes, right? And usually running back's the last piece. The Raiders kind of did that first. Said, here's the running back we're going to take. Now you got to fill it in. You've got to find some offensive linemen, especially with the Colton Miller contract situation. So you got to find a tackle somewhere. You probably have to find a wide receiver that can make some plays. The Jacoby Myers, who's a great receiver on the outside, but needs some help. And Brock Bowers in that passing game as well. And you certainly need to address the cornerback position. That's a big one. A couple other spots you need as well. Linebacker long term, that's a big one too. But I think corner is somewhere to prioritize. Offensive line probably a priority as well. But really, the Raiders have a ton of needs, so they're going to have to use a lot of those 8 picks the next couple of days to get a lot of good players.
Last thing, I already know your thoughts on this, I think, but Shedeur Sanders not drafted in the first round. Do you feel like he might be somebody on the Raiders' radar if they come around and he's still sitting there at 37?
Yeah, I think they're certainly going to look at him, and they know him well. We know about the Tom Brady-Shedeur Sanders connection. Right. Look, there is a reason Shedeur Sanders is available right now. Every team had the chance to take him. Nobody wanted to in the first round. There's a reason. There's some concerning things on the tape. Obviously, some reports about some of the interviews he had as well. Maybe a little bit full of himself. Maybe possible on the visit tour, the circuit that he did with some of the teams. But I think there's enough troubling things on the tape that have held people back. But it's different in the first round than it is in the second round. And now, if you're like, hey, we're investing a second round pick, not as risky as a first round pick. So I think some teams might get interested. Plus, they have a whole night to decide. All these teams that didn't really know he'd be available now have 24 hours to say, oh, wait, maybe we should reevaluate. Maybe we have a chance to get him now, and the Raiders might be one of those teams.
And the Raiders have 8 more picks to get things done for Raider Nation. We are here at headquarters all throughout the draft, all through Saturday. We're expecting perhaps a press conference tomorrow with Ashton Jeanty. We do have the Zooms up on Vegas Nation that we were able to get with him today. So if you want to find out more about that first round pick, head over to vegasnation.com. Adam Hill's got some great articles up. Vinny Bonsignore's furiously writing away inside of the headquarters right now. And I'm Heidi Fang. So check out all of the things that we are doing, whether it's online or in print. And for Adam Hill, I'm Heidi Fang. Thank you so much for watching.